Hi, welcome to the bike GPS RTII mini project. This is from Nina and Nikolai. We have been using this GPS passing code to get the data from a GPS receiver that is coming with the Groove System Element Kit. And right now we have a GUI32 stem board connected to the computer via USB, and we have a GPS receiver connected to the digital input on the stem board, the RxTX, and we are getting the values from the receiver in real time, and I will show you the results from this. The project consists of the use of a GPS receiver and two vibrators. The vibrators are going to vibrate in a bike handle if the bearing, which is calculated in this program, is changing either positive or negative from its normal state, and then it will vibrate in either sides of the bike handle. This will be described thoroughly in the report. Okay, so let's run through the code. I'm not going to go through this in details, but it's delivered from the nuclearprojects.com, and it actually been set up for another GPS receiver than this one. So the problem is that they have been set up to read a specific string, and our GPS receiver spits out 6 strings, 6 NMEA strings, which is the standards for the GPS signals. So let's just try and see at the monitor, see what it brings us. And when we just start look at the values here, we can see that only this one, our mark, is the string that we need, which has the bearing and the distance, which is not calculated entirely correct at this moment, but we have the correct latitude and longitude. These have been tested on the Google Maps, and this is near Vesterbro, close to Sydhavn, where our waypoint, which I can show you here in the code, is designated. So it clearly indicates to me, who know Copenhagen, I know there's not 100 kilometers from here where I am over to Sydhavn, so it's not entirely correct. But the program code, as I said, reads the GPS data, it passes the data, and then it does these calculations from a string to radians, and it goes through the let me just go down to the calculation. It changes here the string input to degrees, minutes, decimal degrees, and then radians. And since the radians are used in the calculation with bearing and distance, that it has been converted to radians for that reason. But we don't need that. We only need the decimal degrees. So we have outcommented this, and then we have actually here in the print result divided with 10 in order to get the right comma position from this value. So not everything corresponds to what we're going to use for in our project. So okay, that's the GPS. It's calculating, and we have our switch, which is initializing, doing the transitions and reading the specific parts of the string. We have one case here and one case here, case 4 and case 5, which are all separate parts of the string that we use. But since we have 6 strings coming in at the same time, trying to fit into these boxes, it creates a mess. What we can do, I'll show you later, in order to delay the output in the monitor from the GPS signal is, I'll show you. We have tried many things, putting in if statements. If only the correct string was picked up from the received from the satellites, then it should output that. But it doesn't. The program doesn't allow this. So okay, let's go back to the monitor here, where we have the string that we want to use, and this is our current position, and we want to calculate the distance to the next position. This is done again in the program, and also the bearing to the point is calculated here. So what we want to do with the vibrators is, if this changes positive or negative more than 1 radian, then it has to vibrate in the handle. And this has not been implemented completely, but it has been exemplified here under the vibrator code. And the vibrator is, the two vibrators are of course attached to each pin, and then they are attached to each side of the bike handle, and then when the bearing changes, which it will when you're biking, then the pins will be set to either high for a specific amount of time or low. So we have not implemented the specific time rates of when to vibrate, because the prototype is not completely done. And up here we have converted our waypoint into radians in order to do the right calculations with bearing, but it gives us the right position, but yeah. Now let me show how this will change the monitor. If we go to auto scroll, we'll see how many strings are actually outputted, and also at different times. So if we change the delay in the loop from 10 milliseconds to 900 milliseconds, and we reset the stem board, and then we upload material once again. This will take just a little while, but then we can look a little more at the code, and we will open the monitor again. We have this read GPS, which checks if the serial is plugged in, and if it reaches the end of the line in the NMEA sentence, then it will set this to complete, and if it's not, it will save it in an array, all the values. Okay, so we're back. We'll activate the monitor, and then we see the monitor spitting out the values lower. So if you randomly, like this, can hit or find the sentence you need, then you could make it work. But this is far too random to ever count on anything. You could of course increase the delay time to 2 seconds. This is of course, let's 1.5 seconds. This is of course pretty slow, but it will also increase the stability of having the same string if you ever hit the string. And out of 6 strings, this is kind of random where you actually start in the string, as the data is being transmitted constantly every second, or less than that even. So now it's almost done uploading, and we will look at the monitor again. Now it just has a little problem finding the serial port. We have already started, so again, we have not started at the right time, so what we get is not the right string. This is the wrong string. So let's just end this presentation here from the monitor view, and then go back to the code. We have read the GPS, and then we pass the data, mean that we separate the string into different parts that we want to manipulate later into degrees, minutes, decimals, and then radians, decimal degrees. And then we have functions for calculating bearing and the distance, which of course has to be looked at because it's not correct at the moment, and this will be changed. And then we, in the last part of this code, we have the print result, where we just print the latitude, longitude, and bearing and distance. And again, we have changed the comma position on the latitude and longitude to get the right one outputted. And we have also tried multiplying the distance with what a radian is, what 1 degree is in radians, but it doesn't really make any sense. So let's just save it and end this presentation. So thank you for listening. Bye.